Locked in, lights flashing. My daughter almost died. The text came in just after 9 a.m. Dad, I can feel a seizure coming. My coffee mug hit the floor. Teacher won't let me leave. That was all it took for my gut to drop. My daughter, Zanep, has epilepsy. It's not a secret. It's in her 504 plan, her school records, her emergency medical file, and every staff member, including her teachers, is supposed to know. It's not optional knowledge. It's life-saving knowledge. Then came another text. She locked the door. Nothing after that. Seconds later, Chloe, her best friend, messaged me. Zay is seizing. Teacher turned on strobe lights. It's making it worse. Then, she's taking our phones. Help. And then, silence. I called the school immediately, already halfway out the door. I was still on the phone with the front office as I tore out of my driveway, tires screaming. They connected me to the nurse's office. Useless. I didn't have time for transfers and hold music. My daughter was seizing. By the time I got to Roosevelt Middle School, I was already dialing 911. I sprinted inside, yelling for help. Jerome, the security guard, saw me coming. I shouted, "Room 212! Medical emergency." Jerome tried to stop me. The doors auto-locked during class. Too late. I'd already seen her. Through the narrow rectangle of safety glass in the classroom door, my daughter on the floor, convulsing, the smart board flashing violently, full strobe mode. Other kids in the room were frozen in place or crying. And the teacher? Miss Crawford. She was just sitting there at her desk, calmly grading papers, like a student wasn't having a full-blown medical crisis 10 feet away. I tried the door. Locked. I slammed my shoulder into it while Jerome radioed for admin. "Only they have the override codes," he told me. "Where are they?" "District meeting. Off campus." So I did what any parent would do. I grabbed a fire extinguisher and started smashing the safety glass in the door. Crawford didn't even flinch, just looked up, mildly annoyed, then walked over and pulled the blinds down like she was closing out the world. The room, and my daughter, vanished behind it. That's when the principal's assistant ran up. She caught one look at the scene, just a flicker of a foot seizing on the floor under the blind, and went white. "Call 911 again," she shouted. I told her they were already en route. Maintenance was apparently the only group with actual keys. They were 15 minutes away. Zanep didn't have 15 minutes. The paramedics arrived after 11, and they couldn't get in either. One of them looked at the assistant principal and said, "We need the battering ram." I swear, I've never been more furious and helpless in my life. When they finally busted down the door, the stench hit us immediately. Fear, vomit, sweat. Zanep was unconscious, gray-skinned, barely breathing. Two other students were on the ground, actively seizing. One girl had peed herself. The rest looked absolutely terrified. Crawford stood there with her arms crossed like nothing out of the ordinary was happening. "This disruption was unnecessary," she said. The EMT checking my daughter shouted, "She's in respiratory arrest!" They swarmed her with gear, working fast. But Crawford? She didn't even blink. "She's faking," Crawford said. They all worked themselves into hysterics. I was maintaining order. This was part of a lesson on neural pathways. I lost it. "You used strobe lights during a biology presentation?" She shrugged. "Some students fake illness for attention. If I indulged every one of them, we'd never get through a lesson." I was ready to lose my mind. The assistant principal just stared at her like she couldn't believe what she was hearing. "Why didn't you call for help?" "I don't reward attention-seeking behavior," Crawford said, completely serious. "I don't negotiate with tantrums." As they wheeled Zanep out on a stretcher, hooked up to machines, Crawford actually had the nerve to call after me. "We'll need to discuss her disruptive behavior when she recovers." Before I could turn around, the assistant principal grabbed Crawford's arm and said, "You need to come with me." Now, click the full story to see what happened next.